Bonjour everyone, hello. Sorry for the late start. I've had some issues with the audio. Let me know if the audio is being annoying. Yeah, sorry, it was just being painfully weird. Sounds like it's okay so far, but just let me know. Cool, anyway, sorry, distracted. How is everyone? As the footy's about to start. Yes, only allowed to stream draws this week, and that's right, after last week's disappointing sort of finish of the game. Sort of. I mean, it was kind of exciting. It wasn't a great game, though. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Like the app. Hello, everyone. We've got Toby Sowie Boy, who's going for the Blues. Like the vid for the Blues, that's right. Yes. Chuck a like on the stream. We managed to notch up 50, but I feel like it was late in the last time. So let's see if we can get to 50 likes earlier than usual. Let's get to 50 likes as soon as we can. That'd be hot. G'day. I'm guessing so far the audio is fine based on the fact that nobody's mentioned it, because it was really bad right before I hit play. So I somehow fixed it. G'day he, g'day Rogue Riot. The playlist guy. What other games are you streaming, Jesse? I don't think I'll get to stream any other games this weekend, unfortunately. Again, I'm working on weekends. My final weekend at Bunnings. So I'm working Sunday night, sorry. And in between, I don't know if I'll get time. We'll see, though. I won't rule it out. If I did anything, it would be Saturday night. Are there any good games on? Yeah, Freo North. I don't know. It's also my second last weekend in Perth. So I should really be trying to see my friends. Whatever ones I have. Audio is good. Thanks, Huntsman. Thank you, Darth Jar Jar. Thank you for the congrats. Appreciate it. G'day, Toby. G'day, Darth Jar Jar. Thank you. I am enjoying a succulent Masters. This is the most bogan live stream I've done because I've got a Masters here. I've got a 6-pack of beers on my bed. There's barely any furniture in the house. It's good stuff. I'm enjoying it. It's been a good day today. Hope everyone's had a good day themselves. I'm trying to optimize the screen here. Yeah, did a podcast this morning. Okay, so I did my 20k Q&A as a podcast. So I've done that this morning. That should be up. I might release it tomorrow or Saturday morning. We'll see. Fridays and Saturdays are notoriously quiet for YouTube views, but man's got to upload. Oh, Cadman's playing against the Eagles, is he? Good stuff. How did you do that, Huntsman? I'm guessing you were batting, cupped it on the thigh. Toby, the game starts in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Thanks, Kev. Yeah, I'm excited too, although I will be selling my PS4 and flying to America before it comes out. So, not going to get to play it, but I still will be interested in how it goes, and one day I'll play it. G'day, Coast Club. I'm having a coffee at the moment because I've been up since 7 and made a video, went to the gym. Done some stuff around here. It's been a long day, and then I've got to edit the podcast after this game. But I've still got some beers. That's really going to affect my productivity after this, but YOLO. 19 in the chat. Thanks, guys. Good to have you. Make sure you chuck a like on the stream if you're sticking around. Or even if you're not, just chuck a like. Blues won the toss. We haven't even discussed this game yet. I tipped the Cats to be conservative, but anything could happen. Two good sides. I showed faith in Carlton in my pre-season ladder prediction, and it wasn't the most convincing round one, but it is only round one. A win tonight would be huge. Imagine the Cats go 0-2. Unlikely, but could happen. Sasquatch Freo's in the chat. Welcome, mate. Gut lining. Oh, that's a reference to Busher that I don't have time to explain. Thanks, Darth Jar Jar. I have been pumping out the content. Yep, very aware that I'm about to be unemployed as of Monday, so that's part of it. But I'm also just enjoying making content about the season. It's an exciting time, and we're about to see the bounce. Hewitt's out, is he? I didn't even look at that, get that far. As soon as I haven't even looked at any of the teams actually. I will do that shortly. I know that I saw the Eagles extended bench. That's about it. And I just looked at my fantasy team for the green lights and red lights. So the Cats threaten to go inside 50, but the ball goes out of bounds. Elijah Hewitt might debut. He's been put as a chance. He's in on the interchange, but no emergencies announced yet. You're right. The only reason I don't think he might be debuting is usually they announce it a day before because they'll probably have decided already. So I'm going to guess that he's not quite picked, but it shows that he's close, which is good. No Yo. He was a 50, or maybe not 50-50, but he was a chance to play. Nut knew he was no chance. The Cats go inside 50 again through Atkins, I think it was. Who's everyone tipping, by the way? Disco, welcome, mates. Thank you. Carlton to give Geelong some blues, you reckon? That would be big. If the Cats go 0-2. Here we go. Carlton come up through the centre of the ground. Durden back into the side, apparently. Ooh. Is that Motlop, number 3? Great kick. Well done. Well done, Blues. It was Motlop, yeah. I can't show you the screen, unfortunately, for copyright reasons. No Cully either. Yeah, it didn't surprise me because he didn't play in the waffle. So I didn't think they'd bring him straight in. How do they pronounce it, Huntsman? I thought it would be pretty simple to pronounce it. I could be wrong. Toby says the Blues. Rogue Wright says the Cats. Darth Jar Jar, the Cats. Julf has tipped the Blues for fun. Well, they got the first goal. Dale, I'm unsure. I have tipped West Coast, but I'm not confident. I think GWS should win, but it's one of those games where it's close enough. Like whoever's better on the day will win. So we're not without our chances. I give us a 40-60 chance based on the one game. You're joking, Huntsman. I assumed it was his surname he mispronounced, not his first name. Duran. Yeah, I would if I could. Just don't want to get in trouble, I'm going to have one iced coffee to get me through tonight. And then I'm switching to the beers. Cats go forward now. Is that Holmes? Yep. Well, he's put it out to the pocket. It's just in front of Hawkins. Sard comes through and slaps it away. It's going to find Smith. They're going to come back inside 50, I think. Ooh, barely. Well done, Sard. He's been good the last couple of games. Well, the two streams we've done, they've both been Carlton games, and he's been good, unsurprisingly. But now Stengel has a shot on goal. Kev reckons Geelong by 10. Darth says, need to tip West Coast, they're my team, but I'm not confident. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Rogue Wright says, hoping Chester can touch the ball this week. Yeah. The thing about Chester is, he's never even played a waffle game, let alone an AFL game before last week. And he missed so many junior games, so he's going to be coming back from a long way back. I genuinely don't know what's the best way to develop him. Some time in the waffle wouldn't hurt, but they obviously really rate him and don't want him to languish there, so give him as many cracks as possible while we're, rebuilding. I think what works for him over someone like Hewitt is Chester has less competitors for an outside run and carry player than, say, a Hewitt who'd, be sitting behind Kelly, Cully, O'Neill, all these guys. He could play as a forward, but he's not a pure forward. Bailey, I would love to see Hewitt debut. I don't think it will happen, though. I think we've got enough kids in the side, at least trying to guess how the match committee will look at it, not necessarily my opinion. And for the reasons I just suggested, I think he'll be a bit behind the pecking order. So I'm good with him playing, another week or two in the waffle. I'd like to see Hoff in the side, personally. Hoff back into the side is a bigger priority for me. West Coast should go after Georgiadis. I would like him, but if we have an early first rounder this year, obviously that's off the table. Would an early second get it done? Maybe. Fremantle might be able to trump that. Not that really matters if he picks us. I wouldn't be against it. Rowan kicks to an empty goal square. That is a massive kick if he's got it. That was about 70 metres. Gary Rowan's kicked an amazing goal. That was probably 65, honestly, on the bounce. That was 65 metres, that goal. What a goal. Kelly needs to play well to get in your good graces. Yeah, same, Juv. Sounds like he might be playing a bit more forward this year. According to Will Schofield. Bailey reckons Hoff needs to come back in. Yeah, and Darth says Watters Witherden get us selected over Hoff. The only thing I can think, right, is Witherden's in a contract year. They had some faith in him. He needs to perform now. They're giving him the chance to deliver first, considering Hoff versus Witherden on output right away might be similar, they think. Give the opportunity to a guy who needs to take the opportunity first, rather than Hoff, who can develop in the waffle and will still be good for him, if that makes sense. So that's my logic as to why Witherden started in the side. I think I read earlier as well that Hoff has been ill, on and off, which means that he just probably hasn't had the continuity lately, so they haven't started him in the side, so he's got to work into it, but apparently he was one of the best for them in the waffle. As Smith... Great goal. Not Smith, sorry, Cameron. I get them mixed up sometimes, hey? I don't know why. But yeah, I did that last year too. The odd thing about Hoff is, what's the best way to play this kid? Like, where's his best position on the field? I feel like they're going to put him in the back line maybe to develop and add some run and carry out of the back half, which we desperately need. Some speed, he's got decent skills. I'd like to see him as a forward wingman though. But I think in the short term they're going to shoehorn him into the back line and let him develop. Realistically, why did the Eagles trade in Witherden? Well, I would argue that he had some proven talent and then he dropped off at Brisbane. Meanwhile, West Coast had no draft picks, so with the limited resources we had, we decided to target underappreciated, underutilised talents at other clubs. So you're looking at Petrevski-Seton, Witherden, Langdon, and there may be more off the top of my head, but of the three, I think Witherden has probably him and SPS probably have equal talent, but I think Witherden could be an asset in a good organised defence, which we are not. JJ moved back to half forward. Interesting move, but he played alright. Yeah, I mean, he kicked 2 goals, 2 opportunistic goals. He played his role. Like, that's a tick. He did alright. As Mackay, I think, misses to the left. 7 plays 13. Could Philippou be JHF, go home after 1 year? I don't think so. I don't think that Philippou was particularly attached to staying in SA. I think he was actually pretty keen on playing for a big Melbourne club. I think if he gets traded, he'd probably, let's say he's good. I could see him being traded to a big club eventually, but not anytime soon. He's got to prove that first. That's right, Darth Jar Jar. I think that's the goal. Shuey at half-back and Kelly at half-forward means that you'll get stints of, Jinby and Chesser and Hewitt. Like, when the time comes, they'll get stints on the ball. I think Yo will be a full-time mid, is the goal. Or the plan, at least. But then, I think, when Shuey goes, Yo, at the end of his career, will then slip into that half-back role. Yeah, Noah Long was good. Gets to the right spots. Obviously had a couple of moments where he wasn't composed, but it was his first game and he had a pretty good debut, I would say. I saw some vision of him doing some good follow-up stuff, like a smother, a gather, a clean hands handball, and then another smother or something like that, or a tackle out of bounds. So he does little things, which I like. Score is not updating. God damn it, why does this always happen? See if I can fix this. Is that a goal? No. Witherden is clumsy, yeah. Yeah, for a guy that is in the side just as a rebounder, not even as a defender primarily, he's got to really make the most of his opportunities. He can't be making too many mistakes. I'm sure he's been told to play with some freedom. There's no point in him being an unaccountable defender that chips it sideways like Robin. Will Adam Simpson be coach next year? Yes, he will, Dale, I reckon. I reckon he's safe as houses, to be honest. Only because we don't really pull the trigger on coaches that much. He's got a long contract. I think he has until the end of the year. If we finish if this year is as bad as last year, he'll start the year under incredible pressure and maybe not last 24. But I don't think it'll be quite that bad. But we could finish bottom 2 and I think he'd be alright. I think he'd be safe. You guys need a better backup ruck than Bailey Williams. Yeah, I mean, he is only 22 and played 27 games. But he's a bit of a whipping boy. I don't really mind him that much. I can tolerate the rucks being a bit shit until they've played 50 games. It's not even really on my radar at the moment, to be honest. That's the silver lining to Nat Nui being out is Jamison and Williams are going to get heaps of games into them. Can we talk about that Oscar Allen miss? No, we can't. That was terrible. Sheasel seems like the best player, perfect player you want to draft. Looks like an amazing person who is a gun and type of player every fan of every club would want. Yeah, I don't really know much about him as a bloke, but yeah, I've been pretty vocal this week as to how good he is as a player. You know what? He was my favourite player in last year's draft too. Dale's surprised that West Coast did not trade any of their senior players. I am not surprised because it's not really in our style. And secondly, I don't think too many people would have come calling for him, you know. What's the market value of a Gaff or a Tim Kelly right now? Not high. Best 3 Eagles players currently. Yo, Barras, McGovern, and then Hearn. I'd say. Maybe Shuey close to the 5th player. I might be missing someone obvious here. But I think that's about right. What about Harry Edwards? Should he be ruck trained for extra experience? I think he's played a tiny bit of ruck and was a bit hopeless. I think I'm happy to see him develop as that key defender. Because we kind of need another key defender that's... You know, he's 2 meters tall, which adds something different to Barras and McGovern. I think he could potentially be a bit more of a lockdown defender, hopefully. That's what we're hoping. So it's a Rob Peter to pay Paul situation. I don't think Edwards would be any better than Williams or Jamison in the ruck. I like Jamison as well. Duggo, you reckon, Huntsman? And JJ? Nah, Duggo's up and down for me. And JJ's not impactful enough. He only gets 15 touches a game to be better than Barras or anything like that. I'd say it's Yo, then Barras, then McGovern as the top 3. Shuey and Hearn, hard to split. Sheed rucking was weird. I don't have any particular thoughts on that. It was just because we had to sub out one of the rucks and Well, I mean, the ruck situation wasn't going amazingly anyway, so. Yeah, Dale, I think Tim English is a free agent at the end of next year. I reckon him to West Coast at the end of next year has some legs, eh? Duggo did a solid effort. I think he just makes too many mistakes still. But he does try. He's a high effort player. But it's time for him to deliver. We've had 2 really good seasons from him. Maybe 3. Cats lead by 5 points. Danger's turned it over terribly, but McGovern's dropped a sitter, and now Cameron's won it back. Oh, a blind kick almost worked out. Thanks for being here, guys. Chuck a like on the stream if you don't mind. McGovern with a penetrating kick has found, can't tell who that is, Silvani. Short kick, and now the Blues line up for goal through Curnow. He's got 1. Just going to share the stream, sorry guys, bear with me one moment. As Curnow lines up to put him in front. Oh, it's a good kick. Nah, it's faded to the left. So shaping up to be a pretty interesting game. The Blues have had their chances, 4 shots on goal to 3, but the Cats lead by 4. It's been scrappy. I feel like the game needs to settle a little bit. That was a throw. McGovern wins it back, but it's a wayward kick. He's put his man under pressure. Kennedy falls over. He's done well though. Gets it back. Oh, he's been bumped off the ball. And now the Cats go forward. Cameron, he's got a nice penetrating kick on him, but that was a wayward effort. Sorry, just posting the stream. There we go. Alright, what can the Blues make of this? Silvani finds Motlop. Was Chera 5 at Freo as well? Cowan's subbed out last week. Was he injured in the end? I thought he was injured, but he might have just been subbed out. Oh! And the ball is rushed out by O'Connor. Fun fact, since 2000, all but one team that finished first on the ladder at the end of round 1 made finals that year. Can't wait for Essendon to be the second. True. Who was the other one? Cowan. Oh, he just gets the hands out. I think he's on my fantasy bench. Oh, no, he's on my field still. McGovern has been alright, I agree. I picked him as a breakout player, sort of. You can call him a breakout player this year. Newman does well to draw the free kick. Kicks it inside 50. Again, it's just wayward. There's a lot of blind kicks in this game. A lot of weird turnovers. Cameron's been prominent. But again, one of those other players that has not been clean. Hollands has gotten plenty of the footy, I feel. Motlop that was a pretty good kick. He's been pretty active. I think he's had at least 3. Oh, fumbles galore. What's happened there? Weird game. Yeah, Motlop's had 5 touches, including that goal assist. Hollands has had 6 disposals. Good start. Brisbane 2007. Interesting. I don't see much players wanted to go to the Eagles, plus the salary cap must be quite tight. Yeah. It'll start to ease now. Hollands inside 50 again. 7 disposals. There's a bit of a scrub kick. Oh. Bowes with the clearing kick to a contest. So it's a relatively free-flowing game. Carlton have a little bit of the better run with territory, but they're not. The Cats aren't completely being stifled here. Dangerfield kicks through the zone a little bit, but now the Blues again, defensively, mop it up. I heard big name Gold Coast player wants to go back to the end to Victoria. Who is a big name Gold Coast player? No, I presume the ones that come to mind would be Miller, King, which I'd probably rule out both of those. Rowell and Anderson would be the next couple that comes to mind. Sorry, this probably isn't the best way to sit. It's just comfortable. Maybe or Chol? Surely not. Here we go, Motlop. Oh, gets an unkind bounce. Well done, DeConning though. DeConing. Motlop draws a high tackle free kick. I didn't see it. What are we drinking tonight? At the moment, it's a Masters Light iced coffee because I've had a long day, and it will continue after this stream. Then I've got some beers, which will impact my productivity, I'm sure. Carlton still have some clumsy ball use. Yeah, you're right. Motlop gets a goal, though. They're in front. Good stuff, Motlop. Early shout for a Rising Star nomination. Hollands also has had plenty of the ball. Pickett will go to Port, reckons Dale. What's his contract situation? Did he end up signing a contract or did he just stay? I think he just stayed, didn't he? I agree, Rogue Ride. Anderson has been better than Rowell. Motlop is a bit jacked, isn't he, Huntsman? Pretty solidly built for a young fella. His dad was pretty thick, wasn't he? I'd love to recruit Jesse Motlop. The time in WA is 4:45. Cripps the clearance now. The Blues surge forward. Well done, Bowes. Sort of. Yeah, no, he's done well. With 20 Cs, you reckon, Huntsman? Oh, insufficient attempt. In fact, it's out of the full. Carlton could surge forward again here. That's a good kick. Needed to be perfect. It was a good mark too by Chera. He's had a good quarter too. I think he's had the most possessions. 2:15 for you, Nathan. Whereabouts are you? Here we go. Curnow of the Ed variety gets wrapped up. Ball up. 3 minutes to go. 30 metres out from goal for Carlton. Got the fruit monster going at the moment, Darth Jar Jar. Saad bursts through. He gets a handballer. He's had a good quarter. Fisher. And boy, does he. Oh! Mackay. Drop the mark. It's going to go out of bounds because he hit the post. Ah, you're in India, Nathan. There you go. So, all up. You feel like Carlton are really on the brink of scoring here. And not just because it's in their forward 50. They just look threatening. Good game shaping up. I feel like this game is better than last week. Oh, mind you, last week started well. Are you travelling, Nathan? So you're from Australia, just in India at the moment? What kind of trip are you doing? Oof. Chera again. Wrapped up. Chera with 38 fantasy points. Motlop 33, second on the field. Oh, it's a scrappy game. It's just a bit of a hot footy, I think. Who is closer to winning a premiership? It's a hard question to answer because neither could win a premiership, right? Or, I mean, both could fail, is the better way to phrase that. Who's a little bit more along the development path? I'd say North's players are. That being said, North's key position talent isn't quite there. And Hawthorn's is pretty solid with Kaczynski and Lewis. And Granger Barras in particular. So, I think North have to answer that question a little bit. They need to draft some quality talls, which is an important part of a rebuild. But I think they have better youth so far, to be honest. In terms of raw potential, anyway. Hollands, he's just pulled the kick a little bit. Durden, that's a good kick inside 50. In fact, it's been touched through. Neither are winning in flag in 5 years. Nah, probably not in 5 years. But you feel like Hawthorn are the more reliable. But we do have Clarkson at North now, so I don't know. I mean, it's not like North aren't a bad club. They just haven't had a great decade, to be honest. They're not that much of a rabble. Historically, they're a fairly proud club. Team of the 90s. Solid throughout the 2010s. It's more just like the last 4 years they've been rubbish. It's certainly not a basket case. Saad inside 50. Penetrating kick. Motlop, great attack on the footy there by Motlop. Chera had an amazing first term. He could cap it off with a goal, but it's wide from behind. Huntsman reckons 5 years until Hawks win the flag. I don't know, man. You've been pretty spoiled so far as a young Hawks fan. You're right, Mackay and Larkey, I agree. But I wouldn't say it's completely answered the question just yet. It's a vague answer. I don't know. I feel like it's probably not. I feel like they need to add to it, put it that way. They need Coleman Jones to come on. Larky loves big bag against West Coast, just like Fogarty. You're right. He had a good game. He scored from his opportunities. There you go. So Carlton lead by 5 behinds. There you go. Quarter time. 5 points. What are we thinking, guys? How do we think that quarter went? Who's on top? I'd say Carlton's definitely on top. But didn't quite hit the mark with their taking that opportunity, and they've had 50 more disposals. So yeah, dominating possession, but only the same amount of inside 50s, winning the clearances. 31 marks to 12. That's quite interesting. Only one bounce for the game. That suggests that it's been a hot footy, which it has from the eye test. Why is the scoreboard not updating? I genuinely don't know. Let me try and fix that for you now. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, which just means that it's a bit of a weakness of OBS, I think. But I'm sure there is better ways to do it than the way I'm doing it. So let's see what I can whip up for you. Oh, say, can you see? Don't mind me. In 5 years, Mitch Lewis will be 30, and if he doesn't get a flag, will he be 30? That can't be right. He was drafted in 2017, which would make him born in 99, which means he will be 29. Oh, wow. There you go. Far out. Window capture the AFL website scoreboard. Yeah, I was just using a different site. Let me just try mine again first. What have we got going here? Hey, this'll do. This'll do. Oh yeah, baby. Who says I wasn't a technology whiz? There you go. Born in 98. Oh, okay, there you go. Drafted in 2016, was he? Oh yeah, because it was the year that Sam Mitchell went over to West Coast. Fair enough. Quarter time fantasy update. Thank you, Darth Jar Jar. Doherty, 24. Good. I've got him. I don't have Cripps, who has 28. Holland's 30 is good. Radaglia, 6. Yeah. I had him on my bench, Radaglia. That was probably one I should downgrade, I'd say. Dale reckons St Kilda should go back to draft, not to trade. Yeah, I mean, ask me again at the end of the year how well they go this year. But yeah, probably. But they have drafted alright. They just got Philippou. Wangan Miller has gone really well. I think a trade could be the right trade for a gun player. Could be suitable for him. This is a shocking game. Yeah, well, I think it's just been scrappy rather than poor. I'm enjoying it. 25 likes, guys. We're halfway to 50. That's good. That's good. Quarter time, which means we could get there by half time. So if you chuck a like on the stream, that would be very helpful. I'll get my fantasy open in the other chat. I've got 2 laptops running at the moment. I reckon it will settle down Ravinho. Probably in the second or third. Skills will improve. It just feels like they're throwing it on the boot too fast rather than are just poorly skilled. Yeah, so I've got Cowan. He's on 10. Yeah, my team kind of sucks. Side has 12 disposals. He's been good. 12, wow. 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 Wow, Jackbo's 50 Supercoach points. That's impressive. Considering he has 7 disposals, just 24 fantasy points. Chera 11 disposals, Sard 12, Cripps 11. Wow. Do I think GWS will become a big club one day? It's hard to imagine. I think to become a big club, you know, it's more than being just successful. It'd be a long time before they're really a big club. Mind you, Sydney is in the similar/same market. And they're a pretty big club. Not massive, but at least mid-tier in terms of memberships. The Cats go inside 50 to start. Oh, Blitzharves takes the mark. Good grab. Joyce is a big fan of TDK. A lot of potential. Yeah, pretty athletic fella. You had Liam Jones score 5 points. I'm going to have a beer. As Blitzharves kicks a goal. Cats hit the front. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I captained Laird as well, Rogue. I've done the same for this week because it feels like it's a matter of time before he starts scoring well. But, yeah, he was average last week. I tipped the Cats tonight, Ravinio.
This was better from Geelong. They were minus 49 touches in the first quarter. Get the ball forward. Give your forwards a chance to compete.
I have no fridge, so these beers are a little warmer than I'd like.
Turn around and put it on the boot and have a shot. Straight to the top of the goal square. Blitzharves uses his assets. It's 32 next Tuesday. Blitzharves. He has been a marvel for the Cats.
Danger, is it? No, somebody wins a free kick for the Cats out of the centre. Bose sends it deep. Oh, Cameron almost brings it down. Sard could collect. Hawkins handballs out of bounds. I haven't really decided who I'm going for. I think I'm going for Carlton, even though I tipped Geelong.
Just being able to win the clearances and get the ball going forward in their even numbers because it's been quick, direct. 10 disposals to none.
Supercoach Vice Captain Bont and Captain Tom Green. Gonna rip West Coast a new one. Nah, you're right, mate. Great call, he will. We won't have an answer for a big midfielder like that.
To push forward down. He's got Cripps match up now, but Hawkins can take the ruck. There's so much versatility there. Kennedy. Bose. Good moment. For his new club. Come back on. Hand off. Great hand off.
Josh Kelly, unlucky. The Giants had some serious injuries, which could help us, but they might still just beat us anyway. Like, Toby Green's probably going to kick 8, says Nathan Buckley. Can't argue with that. Since Shepherd retired, we haven't really had a matchup for someone like a Green. Tom Cole is very internally rated, so I presume he'll be the matchup. But, ooh, Atkins. Oh, it's behind. Tom Stewart is a massive loss for Geelong. That's a good point. I had forgot about that. Forgot he's not playing. Good grab there by Akers. Allows Carlton a chance to get out of their back 50. Jinby is good. He's pretty much... He's a very crash and bash primarily player. He's got a... I mean, I'm not knocking the kid who's just played one game and played well. But he probably needs to add a little bit more polish on the outside and the ability to win on the outside the footy as well. He and Cully probably similar. Like, both of their debuts, they had like 11 and 12 tackles each, which were close to the record at the time. So for them, it's just about being able to win the footy on the outside and use it relatively well. But nonetheless, he already stands out as doing something that other mids aren't good at. You know, in the absence of Yo anyway. So if he comes in there as that defensive tackling enforcer as his first season, that's bloody good. Tom Collar's the Kmart Spud King. Nah, I think you're wrong about that. He's one of those players that like all the club and the players just rave about him because he does lots of little shit that nobody else notices. So the same, like Cole and Cripps are those two guys for us. I've always been a Cripps fan. That being said, Cole was very rusty in his first game back, but he didn't play a game last year, so got to give him a bit of a mulligan. Any chance Barras on Toby Green? I wouldn't have thought that's a good matchup. I don't know if he'd be able to stay with Green. I think he's a bit more of a guard territory kind of key back rather than sticking on Toby Green. Can never replace players like Shep and Lecker. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Lecker is one player we straight up have not replaced. We do need that sort of dynamic, mercurial forward, and Noah Long seems to be more of the Jamie Cripps kind of style, rather than being a silky Mark Leclerc. Oh, Joycey Manning looks. I probably should have got what you meant by that. That's funny. Yeah, fair enough, Rogue Right. I didn't really have any changes to make, which sucks because my team only got like 19-20, but I just didn't really know what to do with this week. I downgraded... I traded out Bailey Laurie for another rookie who is playing, but I still have one trade to go. I don't really know what to do with it. Probably should have downgraded Radagalier for someone, but he's playing already, so I kind of missed the boat there. He is huge for 18. Hey, Darth Jar Jar. He's going to be key forward size soon, Jinby. He's like 192 or something. Oh, great tackle, Kennedy. Great tackle, Kennedy. Sends the ball forward. Curnow marks it at centre wing. Moves it quickly to Akers. That's a great kick too. Inside 50. Silvani takes the mark. And that's good football from Carlton. Apparently Long is the replacement for Rioli. Yeah, I kind of like... I mean, different kind of players, really. I could see Long ending up being a midfielder. He's just got he's a bit small, so he's got to develop as a forward and then ideally become, you know, a Sarong, Lockie Neal style midfielder. I think that's the best case scenario, although it's, you know, a very hard thing to achieve. But he is a midfielder who has learned to play forward to get drafted. Silvani's missed that out to the right. So 2 goals, 7 for the Blues. (19) plays 22. Cameron takes a good mark there. Yeah, good move there, Rogue Right. Dacos was a non-negotiable for me this year in defence. Who will be the first coach sacked this year? Well, in my video, I listed 5 coaches under pressure, and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Oh, that's a great play, and Ollie Henry's taken a chest mark, 35 out from goal, or 30 from goal. In the video, I know that Ken Hinkley was the first one I named, but he's had a great start to the year. Stewie Dew is a contender, although he's contracted for another year, so he should be okay. But I think Nix will be alright. I don't think I named Nix in the video though. I think I named Fagan, but again, you know, they could miss the 8 and he's still not going to get sacked. Bevo I also named. Good point, Darth Jar Jar. Can't remember his contract status. It's been a while since I did that video. So Henry's kicked that goal, by the way. Gold Coast has to play finals or it's fail. I'd say they have to play finals by the end of next year or it's fail. That's probably where I would do it. Maybe it's a bit lenient, but whatever it takes. Nice. So the Cat's starting to get on top here. Atkins gets another ball out of the centre. Blues could use a settler. Dominated the field territory this quarter, the Cats. Cowan does well. Goes and wins the hard footy, gets the handball out. Now the Blues release. It's just in front of Kennedy, who has to just double step there. Silvani's been prominent. That's a good kick. Oh, it's just intercepted, but it was a nice idea. Chera kicks it off the ground. Motlop G, he's good. He's a good player. I've seen enough. He's a good player. Sard has shanked it out of bounds in the full. That was really good move by like a young guy in Motlop to keep his body over the ball and push the opponent off the ball and keep his line, basically, and that allowed him to get a handball off. And it should have been a score, let alone a goal. He's going to be a good player, Motlop. I can see the hype now. I liked him before he was drafted, but now I've seen him have this sort of performance at AFL level. Makes me very confident you've got a player on your hands, Carlton. His dad was so good too. West Coast will make a big play from him, I'm sure. We love those types of forwards. Durden. Snap to a goal square, but... Is that Cameron? Cameron spoils it through from behind. Interesting. Who do you reckon does best on Brownlow medal night? Oh my god, I don't even want to think about it. We had like the worst ever Brownlow medal count by any club ever. I mean, fuck. I don't know. Assuming he's fit, probably Yo. Assuming he's not fit, it opens up the door a bit. You know, Kelly, and even Shuey. Like Shuey was our best player against North, but I think Shuey moves back as the season progresses. He'll play more as a defender. Hawkins takes a good mark over Wiedering. St Kilda should have got Kennedy out of retirement. I don't think Kennedy could have played another game. I think he was that done. We reckon Port would get Motlop because his dad played for Port. Yeah, true, but he is WA based. Or at least Jesse was. So there will be that appeal, but maybe. But I mean, if the Power go for Cozzy Pickett, then suddenly their resources for trying to get in players, let alone another small forward, dries up a little bit. Considering they also got Rioli just 3 months ago or whatever. Two goals, 8 for the Blues here. 50 metres. So Wiedering has it in the centre of the field now. Doesn't look like a good kick, and that's been the problem for both sides in this game. That was nowhere near a Carlton player. Yeah, you're right, Darth Jar Jar. I do think, though, if Yo comes into the side, then they will move Shuey back. Is what has been alluded to anyway. Fantasia isn't ever fit. Is he playing at the moment? I actually didn't really notice last week. Is he fit at the moment? Wow, Ollie Hollands. Equal most ground covered out of anyone on the field. Yeah, nice one, Roguerite. Yeah, good point. I actually kind of forgot for a second that he had cancer, Bobby Hill. Quickest I've fallen in love with an Eagles player. Probably Junior Rioli, to be honest. Shuey was on the list for a good year before I even really knew anything about him, because I wasn't as into footy as a fifth. Well, that was around the time I got into footy, but back then, it was harder to be aware of the players on your list. The draft wasn't as covered. The preseason games weren't as... I mean, they were on TV, but they weren't... you didn't have the same coverage as you do now. So I didn't... And he was injured for a while, so I didn't see him properly until a year and a half after he debuted, or... until he got drafted, so... I'd say Rioli. Sard intercepts well. Ed Curnow finds his brother. Tough shot. He wheels around without even too much hesitation. Wow, that's a great goal. That was an elite goal. Charlie Curnow gives his brother a whack. Oh my god. Bit of brotherly love there. Curnow brothers combining really well there. Far out. He's a huge unit, isn't he, Charlie? Great goal. I'm willing to be patient with him, Darth. Like, it's not he's not tearing it up by any means. He's showing some weaknesses, but he is a young guy, Bailey Williams. Young for a ruck. 27 games, 22 years old. He's got time. Out of contract this year. Geelong get a free kick out of the clearance. Curnow Coleman, yeah, I suppose it's always possible. Well, he kicked 2 last week, eh? He's kicked 2 tonight? Out of 3? This isn't a decent game of footy. I'm not hating it at all, by the way. Like, I think it's competitive. It's been lacked polish, but it's not a stinker by any stretch. Flower bag out of the back, 50 by Fisher. Carlton get a free kick downfield. Yeah, Darth. Him and Jamison are both 22, I think. 2000 they're born in. Williams 2018 draft, Jamison 2019. And 27 games, and I think Jamison's now played 10. So, we've been blessed with rucks. And it's been somewhat poor planning / bad luck, losing Hickey, that we're in the position where these kids are getting exposed. Jamison should never have played last year. He did alright, but in terms of ideal development, he was exposed to it too early. Here we go. The Blues out the back. Silvani should hands off, and is that Durden's kick to goal. So the Blues are in front now. They're looking pretty good. Even game, to be honest. At times the Cats have looked better. At times the Blues have dominated. It's going to be a close game. Williams and Jamo signed 2-year deal. Did they? I know Jamo did. Did Williams sign a 2-year deal? I think you're right, actually. That's a good result. I'm happy with that. Barnett will be the most talented of the three, though.
Best part when you're hitting those kicks and you're playing on quickly, you're bypassing a lot of Geelong defenders. So when that kick does go in, they're unsettled, hits the ground.
Can't the Blues. 3, 2, 1, go! G'day, Mitchy. Oh. Blues win the tap and the clearance. Haven't noticed Brun yet. Oh, Akers does well to get Tui to ground, but it doesn't quite get enough purchase on him. That was a good effort, though. Cats inside 50. It's up in the air. Well done, McGovern. Oh, well done, Fisher. Hollins. Hands it off. So that Motlop. Oh, that's good poise. It just wasn't quite right, the kick. Oh, well done, Motlop. Reece Stanley hacks it out of the back 50. Could come back shortly. Oh, well done, Henry. Very well done, Ollie Henry. Here we go, Fisher. The Blues looking good. That's a good mark there. Silvani. Again, he's having a pretty solid game. Oh, Con Burgundy, thank you very much for the $2. Much appreciated. To a man that's unemployed as of Sunday. No, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Deep thoughts on Power challenging top 4. Mate, definitely think it's a possibility. I've had this feeling about the Power, and just in looking at where their list is, as Sard goes inside 50. Oh, it's a hot footy at the moment. Geelong trying to withstand the Blues' entries. Rowan does really well. Done really well. He's gotten the ball out. And a 50-metre penalty. That hurts the Blues. They were pushing there. Rowan does well. And suddenly it's a 50-metre penalty and they get a shot on goal. The Power just have such a good mix of experience and young guns about to explode. And I think in terms of forwards, scoring power, and midfield power, like I think there's talent there to really contend for the flag, to be honest. I'm be very interested to see how they go against Collingwood this week. That's going to be game of the round. Me, Aaron Hardy. What does Aaron Hardy look like? I know who he is, but don't pay attention enough to Ollie Henry has missed the left. 4 goals 6 plays 4 goals 8. This is the first time I've had the Aaron Hardy look-alike, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Interesting. I kind of see it from your point of view. Come on. Do something. There he is, Doherty. On demand. Motlop, here we go. This kid excites me every time he goes near it. Oh, I just thought he had more time. He's run down, but he never actually lost control of the footy, and the tackle wasn't quite strong enough. Radaglia does well there defensively. Very well done. Yeah, Ollie Henry does look like Nicholas Holt. That's a good one. I don't even have to Google that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the cheekbones. He reckons this does not look like two top four teams. Yes, valid comment. Sometimes teams get their shit together later. I feel like Geelong historically don't really start seasons that well. It's really about the marathon for them. So I wouldn't count them out. Curno's just taking a grab. He's lining up for 3. Joyce's attempted to captain Tom Green. Mate, not a bad shout. I think he would tear us a new one. Curno. Got it. Yeah, good goal. 8 points the margin to Carlton. I kind of find myself going for them, even though I tipped Geelong, to validate my top 4 prediction for them. They're playing some honestly decent footy. I wouldn't go that far, hee. I don't think this game's that bad, to be honest. It's just hot. It's just high pressure. Mind you, so is North and West Coast. If we can beat the Pies tomorrow, that would be a huge sign for how the season should play out for us. Oh yeah, that would be season defining almost. If you beat the Pies in Melbourne, that would be a serious statement about where you're at. If you beat them and Brisbane back to back. That being said, no shame in losing. Just going to do a stats check. Matthew Kennedy, most fantasy points on the field with 59. I feel like, so far, Jesse Motlop putting his hand up well and truly for a rising star nom. He's been good, as has Hollins. Kennedy has really lifted. Is that Hollins there? 14, yep. He gets another handball out. Akers, he's been effective. Oh! Mackay wins a free kick. I think that was a little bit soft. But this will be a big goal if he gets it. There you go, Darth Jar Jar. Yes, the old Bailey Williams duopoly. Is that the right word? Yeah, fair call, Joycey. That's some sound logic. I think I have mine on Laird. Come on, Mackay. It's a goal. Is it? Yep, curl it around. Josh Kennedy-esque, the left-footed Nana. Gary Lyon called us West Coast. Yeah, I thought he was pretty valid in his comments, Darth. To be honest. I like Gary Lyon, to be honest. Honestly, like as a pundit, I think he speaks with some good integrity. I genuinely believe he wasn't just laying the boot in. I think that was his opinion. And like, what are we going to say? No, criticism's not valid. We're not that bad. Come on. You're right, Joycey. If only Bush had clean snaps like that. I know he kicked that, but why not drop punt it on the left? Yeah, you're right. But he nailed it. Sab's on 21. Nice. Might trade him out. The Cats. Oh, thump it inside 50. Stengel. No, well done, Cowan. Cowan actually, for a skinny sort of outside player, he actually is not afraid to get the footy, eh? I respect that. Both this week and last week. So there's a chance for either team to score still. 1.5 minutes. The Blues getting it would be large. The Cats getting it would really deflate them. The Blues, that is. Here we go. Oh. Stengel, I think, has done very well there and found Hawkins. Hawkins is going back for the kick. Oh, I reckon they've kicked that out in the full. He's paid the mark to Cameron from this wide shot. That looked like it was out in the full to me. That was out of bounds. They wouldn't do a goal review for that, would they? No, they only do it on the what actually goes through. Oh, nailed it. Great goal. That is a fantastic goal. Goal of the day so far. But I don't know if that was a mark, as you say, Darth Jar Jar. G'day, Terry Ratcliffe. Thank you, mate. Shout out to you. Go Eagles. What's the replay here? Inconclusive on that angle. Great goal, Cameron, to be fair. 7 seconds to go in the half. We do cop it, Darth, yeah, but I'd still like to hear us talked about in the media a little bit. Like, I watch it on the couch and I would like to hear the analysis on the Eagles, so be it. It was then that he got clipped and put as a headline everywhere. It's not really his fault, really. I mean, the West Australian's gone really hard after Fife as well, saying it was his worst game ever. Like, come on. But it'll get attention, it'll get clicks. It's not like I don't know about that. Out of Bunda. Jaffieldies. Hello, Jaffieldies. Jaffieldies nuts on the line for mine. Goal stands. Fair enough, Rogue. Yeah, it was closer than I realised. It looked bad in real time, but it is half time. I'm going to go pee. If you do me a favour, I'll be back in 60 seconds. 30 if I don't wipe. Give the stream a like. Thanks, guys. It'll be 1 second.
I think vulnerable is an understatement, Sarah. They look like a team at the end of a long, hard campaign, not at the beginning of a fresh one. And the Blues, let's be brutally honest, should be further in front at half time. Oh, definitely. They look a little bit slow Geelong tonight, don't they, for the first time? We've been quick to write off Geelong, so let's not get too hasty. They look short of a gallop, don't they? They look like this is a trial if you're in horse racing terms. They need to get another one underway before the season starts. But the way this game's going, if Carlton are mature enough and diligent enough to stick to this plan, they should win from here, if given what we've seen so far. But you just never write off the case.
You never do, but you're right, Jonesy. That last goal from Jeremy Cameron was really important because the Blues were all over them. It probably should be further in front. They've missed some opportunities. They've squandered a lot of ball movement chances to get going. But yeah, you can't write off the Cats yet. But certainly, Carlton will be mighty pleased with how they've gone about this first half.
We're going to have a look at some highlights now with thanks to Harvey Norman and Charlie Curnow. He's the man. 3 goals. His marking has been superb, Jace. And, well, he is in fine touch at the moment. He is a pleasure to watch.
He is. I mean, there's only 2 multiple goal scorers on the ground. Jeremy Cameron, the other one. He's had a great match at different stages. He's had different matchups. He's also had a number of matchups with Radically, which has actually been fascinating to watch because Radically has certainly held his own in a lot of those contests. But Charlie's starting to cover ground. And the great thing is,
I'm back, baby. I'm a fast peer sometimes. The trick is to not pull your shorts down or pull them back up. You just walk in there and urinate. Con Burgundy's tip. Tip West Coast last week and this week. I've done the same thing. Oh, I hope so. I don't think we're as good as the Giants. And Toby Green worries me, to be honest. But you never know. At home, with a crowd that will get around us, hopefully, if we start well, we're a chance. You agree, Terry, do ya? That's good to hear. I'm not crazy then. This might be the last time I tip us for a while. We've got Fremantle next week. We've got Melbourne. That's the last game I'll get to go to. I think we've got Geelong in Adelaide after that. That'll be fun. Always a fun time meeting those guys. And who else we got? I think there's Richmond not long after that. Let's have a look at our fixture. 31 likes, guys. Thank you. On track to get the 50 plus.
Some great lab work there with thanks to Zero. Joey, you want to have a look at the correction that Carlton have made through the corridor? Another thing that you and Kingy put on the agenda on
Okay, we got Fremantle. Oops. Melbourne. Geelong. Port. Carlton. Richmond. Oh my god. Then we've got a block against the Suns. That could be our next win, and that's if we're lucky, because they're a good side. Hawks in Tassie. Essendon in Perth. Probably wouldn't tip us in any of those games, but we're a chance to win them. Collingwood in Perth. Adelaide away. Sydney in Sydney. That'll be just fantastic. St Kilda in Perth. Man, only one win, one loss into the season, and like suddenly all those 50-50s don't look like 50-50s. So look at some stats. So Jeremy Cameron, 2 goals and 15 touches. That's a monstrous first half. Well done to him. Kennedy's been really good for the Blues, as has Chera. 17 touches apiece. Isaac Smith have barely even noticed. But he's fourth. Sard, 19. He's been solid. Charlie Curnow's had 3. Haven't noticed Doherty. He's had 15 and 52. I'll take that as long as he tons up. Cripps was quiet in that second term with just the 2 possessions. So that quarter was even for disposals, or no, I think the Blues had about 9 or 10 more. Inside 50s level. Clearances level. And the Blues 50 marks to 32. So it's a good game. Like I'm not hating it at all. Jesse, if Carlton doesn't make finals, do you think they'll sack their coach? I don't think they would. I think you'd have one more year to make finals, being conservative. I don't think sacking the coach is necessarily the right move. If they get close, if they finish 12th and maybe he's in danger. That's right, Terry. We could get the number 1 pick and get Harley Reid. And then we'll have to decide whether he's likely to stay in Perth and play for us, in which case we'll trade him trade pick 1 for 3 first rounders. That's what Toomey was saying, apparently, that's what the going price for it would be, 3 first rounders. And as an Eagles fan, as good as Harley Reid is, I would consider that. Good first round this year. I'd like to have a pick in the top 5. So pick 1 for pick 5 and, 15 and 16. It's a pretty solid deal, to be honest. That's a pretty, big offer, though. Wouldn't necessarily get that. He doesn't reckon West Coast will finish bottom 2. Who's your bottom 2 then? I hope you're right. I don't think we will either, but just curious. Terry reckons he would stay. Well, he is Vic Country. But if he becomes the best player in the comp one day, will he stay in Perth when he can go play at home? The better the player, the more likely they are to just end up where they want to. Would we be better off getting, say, Daniel Curtin, the best key forward in the draft, or close to the best key forward in the draft, and a couple of first rounders as well? I don't know. Both would be pretty tasty. But yeah, it might be a moot point. We might not get the spoon. Should we have picked up Florenka? No, I think Cully was the right move there, mate. Personally, Florenka's like 27. So I'd rather have, the 19-year-old Cully versus, another Greg Clark. Josh reckons 0 chance he stays at West Coast. Yeah, I have no idea whether he's likely to stay, whether he's a flight risk or anything like that. But my general logic is if this kid is going to be the best player in the game, or potentially one of the best players in the game, it's going to be incredibly hard to keep him if he is at all interested in going home. Should we have a sin bin? Yeah, maybe. You'd really want to save it for some really really dodgy acts. Like, some of these concussion and high bumps, they are accidental. Like, generally speaking, some of them are. You wouldn't want to use a sin bin for that. Problem is as well, like, sometimes it's really hard for the umpire to make a call in the moment how bad something is. The game's moving so fast, so I can see a lot of them getting missed, which would be problematic. Oh yeah, I want to look at the teams. Haven't looked at the teams yet. Cowan's on 25 fantasy points, Holland's on 31, Doherty on 52. Solid. I'll just get the teams up. Giants best 22 isn't that bad. I agree. Sam Taylor is a good key defender. It's a decent midfielder. Toby Green, best small forward in the cup. Yep, you're right. And that's why I'm nervous against him. Teams, alright. So, Jack Martin's injured. I didn't even notice that. So Fritsch, Viney and May come in for the Ds. That's good. Zorko's in. Devin Robertson omitted. He elected to stay with the Lions. We'll see if that decision is wise. That was actually an elimination final gone burgundy. But I still reject it. No karma needed for us. Cadman could kick a bag. I'd be surprised if a first game is kicking a bag. That would be pretty demoralising. Even for a pick one. Frampton's in to replace Howe. Jace Burgoyne comes in. Is that a debut? I don't remember him playing before. Seb Ross back in for the Saints. Crozier, West and Garcia. So lost Trelaw. Dumped JJ. And Lobb's injured. North regain Goldstein and Core. So they got getting strong, although Cherry is, of course, injured. Josh Tracy is omitted. Who was the sub last week for Fremantle? I presume that's who's come in. Sheldrick in for the Swans, that's big. But he's obviously... that's an extended bench. Connor Blakely is in the Gold Coast extended bench. Did Tipper get injured? I didn't even notice that. Petruccelli was the sub, but he's been dropped, so not part of the extended bench. I say that's he's just no point playing him as an emergency. Give him a full game in the waffle. That makes sense. Perryman, Kelly, and Whitfield out confirmed. Is Cadman confirmed debuting? That's a young set of ins there for the Giants. Do you think players that miss out on the grand final, e.g. Nick Nat and Shep, should get a premiership medal? Yeah, maybe. You'd have to set some strict criteria. I think for a while, though, it would be weird for players like Shep and Nat Nui in that example, who would, like, if you're the first time player to get it, it'd feel a bit hollow because you weren't part of it. So, I don't know. Do they deserve one? Yeah, probably. I think Nat Nui played like 17 games that year, or something like that. Shep played the whole year. You're right, but I mean, a key forward playing his first game is a bit different to a small who was deliberately played up behind the ball to rack up some uncontested possession. Obviously, he's a gun, as everyone knows. That's my thoughts, but Yeah, it's probably not the same as a Cadman kicking 4 or 5 on us. That would be more incredible.
So the case will now rest on how liberally the AFL can use that capacity to cause serious injury clause to elevate an incident.
I do think Hewitt's going to be a good player, Cade. I feel very confident in that, to be honest.
Reimagine the incident in a way that was meant
He can be a bit up and down, I think, as a junior. So there's like some days... He kind of reminds me of Tim Kelly in that way, actually. Some days he's absolutely unreal and some days he's quiet. So we'll see. But he has some presence about him already. Like him and Jinby already have some genuine presence. Yeah, well summed up, Rogue, right?
we hope to give it to you in three-quarter time. It does seem to drag on though.
It certainly does.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident he will be a good player. Same as Jinby. I guess the risk with Jinby is similar to Cripps. Like, you don't want him to just get bruised and battered and, you know, drop off. Because he plays such an aggressive style.
And then AFL 360. I cannot wait to see what's lying back at the desk.
Yeah, it was 5 years ago. Con Burgundy. Oh, pretty wild.
You're watching Thursday Night Footy on Fox, brought to you by Bunnings Warehouse.
Thanks for getting around the stream today, guys. Would love a couple of likes. Get us up to that 50 mark. Would be much appreciated.
Anyway, the winner for the most outstanding same-game multi is...
Billy Yang for his whopping 8-legger. GWS versus Gold Coast.
Shout out to all my anytime goal scorers.
Geelong to miss finals? Nah, I think they'll just time their run well this year. I think it wasn't only until like the second half of the year they went nuts last year. I do remember that, Rogue, right? He was a good player, Jaden Stevenson. I still think he has potential, but the longer it goes on without him delivering, obviously the less confidence you have. You're right, Darth. It's hard to explain why, to be honest, why we've fallen off that hard. In 2007, it was obvious. COVID had a bit of an impact, but not that much. It's kind of bizarre, to be honest. Like, even before 2022, in 2021, the drop-off was incredible. From the middle of the year. That Richmond game was the last time we thought we were any good. That win. Pretty sure that was the bye round the next week, and then after that we got annihilated by the Bulldogs at home by like 10 goals. Like, that was just bizarre. Very bizarre. 2021 was a weird season for us. Last good game Steve-O ever played was against the Eagles. Yeah, was it that? I think it was North beating us on a Monday night in Perth. He had like 33 touches or something. 30 touches and 3 goals or something stupid. He liked playing us. Did Rolly Shepherd Maynard? Yeah, probably. Who cares? It was a little bit of a block, yeah.
Share the bet, copy the bet. New from Sportsbet. Win some, you lose more. The free confidence.
2019, the Tigers game at the G, we lost by a goal. Yeah, that was heartbreaking, Chris. I remember that. Losing that Richmond game was heartbreaking, and then losing to the Hawks was just sad. Just made me very sad. We should have been a contender that year. To finish 5th was lame. We should have made a prelim minimum. 2020 similar as well. Like, overcame a terrible start of the year. And missed out on the 4 because Bontempelli kicked that goal after the siren. Not after the siren, but like late in the game. Turns out it was touch, but they didn't review it properly. Missed out on the 4. Ended up losing the elimination final anyway at home, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah. 2 missed opportunities there in 19 and 20. Thank you, Terry. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. 40 and 2, was it really? Yikes. See if I can find it. I'm curious now. Siren sounds for the second half very shortly. He had 38 and 1, so we were both wrong. 150 fantasy points though, 10 marks. What a stinker of a game that was. We were 3 goals 12 at 3/4 time. Should have won that game. Not that it matters at all. Even at the time it didn't matter. At least we got a flag, that's right. Port have lost 4 finals by under a goal in the last 5 to 7 years. Really? Oh yeah, the prelims, and then us. Who else was there? What else? What other final? Do you think if we played the Power in 2015 instead of the Hawks, we would have won on the flag? The Power? Weren't... It would have been Freo in the other prelim. You conflating that with 2014 when Port nearly won? He says you got a lot of shit for that, didn't you? Yes, that was a bad week. Some really hateful stuff too. Not that it's a big deal. But yeah, I remember the barrage of abuse I was getting. Oh well, comes with the territory a little bit. And Carlton have immediately made an impression through Sard with a piercing inside 50 to start the second half. Mackay's lining up. You're thinking of 14, Con Burgundy. Or someone was. Cade was. Mackay sprayed that. Out on the full. Would you rather Junior Rioli or Noah Long? Well, that's an interesting one. I mean, Junior Rioli's a gun. Had it been pick 58 for Junior Rioli, that would have been a terrible deal. But Noah Long looks like he's got some talent, so I can't complain. And he's at least in the right age bracket now. Rioli's not really what we need, so I guess we've done okay. Not that that was the trade anyway, but... Oh, here we go. Silvani does well, but he's... on his opposite foot wasn't quite good enough. Title of my sex tape. I'll be shocked if Noah Long's anywhere near as good as Rioli, but it's more about the fact that Rioli is 28 this year. No way the Cats start 0-2. Well, they're 9 points down at the moment, but yeah. It would be a surprise. Carlton deserved to be in front by 9 points. But we'll see. Here we go, the Blues. Matt Kennedy's making a strong case for 3 Brownlow votes tonight, I reckon. Oh, that's a great kick. Who was that? He's found Durden. Who was it that kicked that? Chera? Great kick by Chera. Very good kick. The Rioli-Horn-Francis duo is tasty. You are quite right, Darth Jar Jar. Very jealous. Durden has hit the post. They should nickname him the Shark. Durden. Durden. Durden, 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 Durden. Yeah, I thought that was funny. That's the sort of joke I would have made on the True Footy show. You rewatch the 2008 grand final every month. That's funny. Ooh, well done. Guthrie, is it? Shaved head, yeah. Here we go. Akers, been prominent. At least it feels that way. Good kick by Fisher, finds Cripps, who had a quiet second term. Wheels around. That's a good kick to open up the play to Curnow. He's taking a double grabber. 45 out. Good play by Carlton. They're looking slick. They're looking decent, I reckon. Will you still be doing the True Footy show? I don't think so, but I think we will link up in the UK and do content. The True Footy show itself, I don't think will be a thing, to be honest. Hang on, sorry, let me straighten this business. Curnow for 4. Nailed it. What a gun. 6th goal for the season. Blues doing well. It's good to see. Hopefully my TikTok will go viral again. Well, not again. It didn't go viral at all. But I made a TikTok about them being top 4. Do you reckon Port tag Nick Dacos? Hinkley made it sound like it wasn't a consideration. I have no idea, but it would make sense to. Oh, well done. Was that Hollins? No, Fisher, sorry. I'm getting mixed up a little bit, those long hair. Creeping closer to that 50 likes, guys. Thank you. 34. Stanley wins the tap, but it's wrapped back up. Ooh, I need to charge my laptop. 1 second. Homies. Thank God that message came up, otherwise the stream would have come to an abrupt end. Druzy has, we're kind of like building True Footy to be a brand where multiple people will collaborate on it. That's the plan. So I'm starting with Drews and Bush. And Drews' like plan for this year is to move away from footy content. So kind of makes sense for him. It helps my channel to have more content on it and generally get more eyes on it and grow. That's my goal. It helps Drew's because if he uploads the same content on my video channel, it will get more views and he will actually make more money because I'm paying for it. So that's kind of why we did it in a nutshell. Opinions on Andrew Tate extension of his stay at the Fortress of Dreams. I have lost track of what was happening with Andrew Tate. Is he still in prison? As Cameron lines up for goals? If Geelong lose, there will be question marks about them defending the flag. I think there will be question marks, but again, Geelong don't need to start the season well to be a force, as we've seen. That's a great goal. You got some great individual players in this game. Cameron's a star, as we knew. Is that 4? Or just 2? I think it's 3, sorry. Do you reckon Oscar Allen can be the best? Probably not the best. I don't think he's quite a Josh Kennedy, but he's Probably somewhere between a Kennedy and a Darling in ability, I think. Yeah, good point, Darth Jar Jar Jar. Jar Jar Jar. I've lived in the Middle East before, and yeah, I don't say soccer there either for that reason. You get into the habit of saying football though. His stay got extended by another month. What is yeah, what's the latest on that? Is there compelling evidence either way? Interesting. Man, if he gets out, he is going to make so much content about it. Will Darling beat Sumich's record? What's he on, Darth? I dare say yes. I don't think he's anywhere close to retiring, to be honest. And he'll probably hit 300 games too. Oh, interesting decision by Wiedering there to frolic past the ball.
Going to use his strength, try and grab it out of the ruck. Wiedering's waiting for that, just behind the stoppage.
10 points the margin. It is in Geelong's forward line. Akers with the clearance. Out of bounds on the wing. I could do some streams here. Yeah, I could do. Depending on the time of the day. But yeah, I reckon I will be. If anyone thought that noise was weird, it was an ad, not a moaning woman. Believe me. Oh, that is an unfortunate bounce for the Cats. Mackay has wrapped him up. Durden's got half a shot. He finds Curnow, who's lining up for 5. Arguably played on there. Wow. Lucky bounce for the Blues there, and a great chase by Mackay too. Curnow kicks 5, making an early statement for the Coleman. Terry, I think Nick Nat will retire at the end of next year. That's the end of his contract. He won't play after that, I'm sure. Huntsman says, piss off, he's got 5 Jesuses. To Conning. Roos it forward, and then the bounce just favours Mackay with the chase, who did a great job. Tui gets run down. Durden did really well here too. Great kick to the advantage of Curnow. Hey, Nyasha. I have not heard that. Did they say that's something they should do or something that they will do? That'd be interesting. Seems unlike us, that's all. De Koning roosts it forward again. Curnow nearly brings it in. The Blues have it 20 metres out from goal again. Oh, he's won a free kick. Durden putting his head over the ball. He's drawn a high free kick. Blues fans going ballistic. It was unlucky. Bose has just done nothing really wrong there. It's just Durden's head happens to be there. It's unlucky. Durden's going to line it up. Biggest margin in the game, they reckon. 22 points. Something they should do. Yeah, I just wonder how many people are going to really pay up for Andrew Gaff. Jeremy McGovern, maybe. Like, I just don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Our players are just a little bit too far out of their prime, and then I wouldn't trade Barras either. Good game of footy. I do feel like there's a Geelong comeback coming. Because it's Geelong. And the Blues are not invulnerable to a fadeaway. So I feel like this game's got some genuine life to it. Oh, Chera left it behind. Cripps gets it out. Graham. I've liked Akers' game today. He's a decent player, I've always liked him. Shuey, good tackle there. Hollands. He's really lifted, I think. You know, from game 1 to game 2, there's a big difference in his composure anyway. Shuey, Gaff, Yo still at elite level? I think Yo potentially. I think Shuey's, like, you know, good for a veteran. Gaff is a long way off elite now. Yo, I think last year sort of... I don't know if he's going to be elite midfielder, but he looked at times like an elite defender last year. He'll come back in as a midfielder. He might not reach that elite level. He won't win another All-Australian or anything, but I still think we got an A-grade performance out of Shuey last week, I reckon. Not A+, just A-grade. 8 out of 10. Gaff has been a long way off that for a while now. Tell that to 8-goal Collingwood, true. Barrister locked to be the next captain. Yeah, him or Oscar Allen, but Barras is the vice, so that gives him the shoe-in at the moment. Or the foot in the door, rather. Cripps wins the clearance. Bose finds McGovern. Not the man he was looking for. You would have to think that Brayshaw saga had some sort of effect. I mean, maybe. I mean, that was the last time Gaff was good. I think he's been battling injury, though. I think he's been playing through injuries, and then I think it's happened for such a prolonged period that he hasn't found his confidence. He's also signed a big contract, which often has an impact. Like, players drop off usually when they sign huge contracts. Gaff should retire after 2024. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll be necessary to us after 2024, but we'll see. He'll be 32. Oh, De Koning drops one he probably could have taken. In front of goal. Well done, Young. Did really well there. Win the contest and get the kick away. Oh, Mackay just leapt a little bit early for that. Oh, Durden with the steal. Gee, he's had a good game, to be honest. What a fucking goal! It wasn't Durden who had the ball first. It might have been Owies. I might be mixing them up. I don't know. I think it was Durden who kicked the goal. What a goal! Wow. I'm looking at my reaction in the playback. I want to see my face. That was sick. That was a ridiculous goal. Looking at my fucking dumb face. Oh. What a goal. Just the reaction time on that, as much as the degree of difficulty of the kick. Oh, that is naughty. That is sick. If that happened in FIFA, you'd think, oh, this game's rigged. That's sick. Amazing goal. Ooh. Not sure if Kennedy got rid of that, and Pitney as well, I think, threw that, but Geelong threw Guthrie to get the ball anyway. And he's kicked it out on the full. So one thing I kind of missed in that Durden goal, because I was reacting to the brilliance of it, is that Carlton are now 5 goals up. And I regret not tipping them. G'day AFL by Alex. Good mate, how are you? Doherty with a searching kick. Oh, it's not quite a great kick, but Hollands finds it anyway. With a +6. Good kick. Blues will be very, very happy with what they've seen so far. It's not been spectacular. They've just outworked Geelong. That's the way I would describe it. And they've been somewhat polished at times without being polished the entire time. Well, Sava, unlucky not to bring that down. Atkins, that's a great kick. Nearly finds a teammate. Spoiled. Tui finds her. Atkins says dropped the ball there. Didn't really have prior, but slapped out of his hand. I'm not going to the Eagles game, unfortunately. I've got work. Like a knob. I think, yeah, that Durden goal was goal in the game so far. It just slightly edges Cameron's goal for me. Geez, Sard has been hunting him today. Great tackle from behind. Stengel gathers it really well, though. He's searching inside 50. It's a classy kick. It's found Henry. Nicholas Holt. Yeah, I do think we'll go for Georgiades, to be honest. I think if he's interested in coming home, West Coast will be interested. I think Fremantle will also be interested. It'll just be about who he wants to play for. And I could understand why he would choose Fremantle. He says begrudgingly. Henry kicks a goal back to 22 points. Darth, I'll get the fixtures up from last year, but I got a feeling Geelong started the year poorly last year too. Well, they lost to Hawthorn, and they lost to Fremantle. So they weren't 0-2 or anything, but there was like some good performances mixed in with some surprising losses. Why would Mitch want to leave the pair? I don't have a reason for why he'd want to, other than the fact that he's from WA and it was talked about as a possibility last year. So I'm not really going off anything more than that. Ooh, good contest in the middle of the ground. Bose somewhat gets the better of it, but Kennedy levels it pretty well. Does Freo have the cap space? Apparently. I read one article by Ryan Daniels who said that they were going for Norton / Georgiades with whatever money they have left. But yeah, obviously they did just get Jackson, so it'd be a pretty good effort if they did. But don't forget they lost all those players last year too. Cripps surges it inside 50. Oh! Silvani has had a solid game. He couldn't quite bring that down. Here we go. Myers has got a bit of space out in the wing here. A lot of space. Oh, it's a dirty kick inside 50 and Mitch McGovern takes the intercept. He's been solid tonight. Hollands, another +6 hopefully. Yep. It's a good kick. Oh, Silvani, he gets paid the mark. Might not have actually taken it, but he did well. Yeah, I'd like SPP as well, Darth Jar Jar. So the Cats rebound. You feel like another goal to Carlton here will make it very tough for Geelong. It's an important next goal. Well, Motlop, he's got a little bit quiet, but his handball there to Kennedy, who's had a fantastic game, and there's a great kick to TDK. This will be a big goal. Yeah, I like SPP. He would add something we desperately need, which is a bit of grunt. Here we go. Fisher, uncontested mark, runs into an open goal. The Blues are looking hot. Here we go. Blues fans will be very happy with what they're seeing. They've been a class above tonight, let's be honest. Would have found a target if your name was Ryan. I think it was meant to be Ryan. I'm sure it's a birth certificate typo. Yeah, I think he will be having a relatively good season, Darth, because he is in great shape and he had a good start to the year. However, as a forward half player, he kind of relies on things not being terrible down the field. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if we start playing him off half back just to get him into the game. Close has kicked a goal. So that's the exact response Geelong needed. Cancel that goal immediately and the game back on. Whoever is Fisher's man is going to get spanked by Scott. It's me. I'm Fisher's man. I'm kidding. Or am I? How's my fantasy team doing? I don't know if that's live. It says Doherty 62, Cowan 28, Holland's 46. I don't know how live that is. Is it really Ryger or Ryger? Either way, those are both not names. Wow. Gryan and Ryger, eh? Wouldn't be surprised if their third brother was called something like Blotus. Blotus. Kennedy's up to 84. Doherty 65. Oh, Henry pushed off the ball. Will that be downfield? As he kicked it. Hollands has had a good game. Sard. Having a great start to the season, I reckon. Finds Fisher. Do you think with Junior not being on the team will have an impact? You mean West Coast? Yeah, I mean, we did miss a bit, so much lately, so we're kind of used to not having him, right? But yeah, him being in or out of the side is a big impact. Hollands kicks it, and it's out of bounds. It's bounced through. 13 likes to go for that 50, guys. Please and thank you. I like milestones. Why not? When was the last time Geelong went 0-2? Huntsman, please provide me some statistics. Ooh, couple of players in Geelong's back there. Tui's. So 3 minutes 40 remaining in the third quarter. 22 points the margin. Ollie Holland's the leading distance getter. That's really impressive. Oh, it's a turnover. Silvani just overruns it. Stanley gets the handball out. Motlop, here's your moment. Doesn't have enough space. Silvani, he's had a good game, I reckon. He's found Curnow of the Ed variety. This is a big kick. Let's make it 28 points. 3 minutes to go. Is Huntsman still here? I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Curnow. It's not a simple shot. Bit of an angle. 35 out. Clutch. 28 points. Terry's going wild in the stands. Are you sure that Hollands is... I think he's the highest for Carlton, but he's not the highest metres gained on the field. He's third, according to the AFL app anyway. Akers' 4 clearances is the equal most with Cripps and Kennedy. Hot stuff.
If you look at the pressure that Carlton forwards, every time Geelong go to get the ball,
Rapunda or Shepherd? Honestly, like, I was too young to really know how good David Wirapunda was. I don't think he was All-Australian, though. And Shep got that in 2020. So I think late career Shepherd, yes, was better, but probably year on year, on average, Wirra might have had him covered at a guess. Because Shepherd was a bit of a late bloomer. He wasn't really quite elite for his entire career. Hawkins has taken a grab there. Geelong will answer straight away. You'd think he'll kick this.
to get it back to a 22-point margin. Stanley's in trouble as well.
2:15 remaining. This should cut the margin back to 22. 2015. Thank you, Kev. And they missed the finals that year. I'm pretty sure. That was the one time they missed the finals. He kicked it. Would have been shocked if he didn't. So Hawkins gets his first goal. Shep was a late bloomer because Woosh never selected him. I feel like he just didn't come on for a while there. Like in 2010, he was a bit of a winger. Then he just wasn't good for a while. I think 2015 was when he really broke out. 2013, I feel like he struggled. Yeah. Don't really remember exactly why, but I think he played a bit of forward, played a bit of midfield. They were talking about him as a midfield for a while. It wasn't quite that player. Mitch Owens will have a breakout. Yeah, I agree. He's been impressive. Dangerfield sends it inside 50 to Stengel. To close. So the Hawks have the Cats have a chance here for a big goal, but that's a great mark by Kennedy. If the Blues win, he might get the 3 votes, I reckon. Good mark. Oh, great tackle. It's either holding the ball or high, and it's been paid holding the ball, I think. Well done to that blue, who I can't really tell who it is from here. A minute to go. Carlton have it on the wing. Akers puts it up to the top of the 50. It beats the pack. Fisher picks it up cleanly, gets the hands away. Cripps, shows some poise there. Did very well, and that's a very good kick if he finds him. Very well done by the Brownlow medalist. He's found the youngster Ollie Hollins in his second game, who I think will be lining up for his first goal, but that was very, very well done by Patrick Cripps. Great poise. I hope Hollins kicks this. This will be his first goal, and it'll be a big one if he does. I'm going to turn it up fractionally. Come on, Hollins. Oh, he's missed to the left. Shame. Would have been a big moment.
Geelong are still there. Carlton in brilliant form. But Geelong will go into this three-quarter time break.
Oh, it's still game on. Still game on, absolutely. Geelong are too good to discount. However, the Blues have been a class above. I've said that before. I'm going to scull this beer and have one more for the final term. Then I'm going to edit a podcast.
What have we got in the last quarter? Geelong come back.
I literally just dribbled all over myself. I've had 2 mid-strength beers. How embarrassing. Oh, baby. Bad luck, Cooper Grange. That is the first time I've seen that comparison. That's good by you. Very unlucky. Alright, I'm going to tinkle, and then I'm going to crack a coldie. If you know what I mean. Ladies. Alright, let's fucking do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Sorry, children. Can't count Carlton out to... Sorry, can't count Carlton out to choke the game, yeah. We are here. Yeah, it doesn't feel locked in, does it? I do have a bladder of an absolute tooth fairy, who have famously small bladders. 3/4 time fantasy, Cripps 85, Hollands 59, solid. Doherty 65 is a little bit under. Brun 36 I don't have, which is good.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen.
Yeah, Kane's just kind of annoying. I feel like a lot of his content's around like trying to generate the headline first, and therefore there's less integrity. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Johnson, welcome, mate. Johnston, rather. No, I've never chatted to Scoops, sorry. Yeah, Coops, I guess is his real name too. No, never chatted to him. I have no idea if he knows I exist. Matt Kennedy, 90. Yeah, he's been very, very good, I think. If Carlton lose, this is the biggest choke last year. Oh, I don't know. Considering what was on the line last year. $11 likes to get to 50, guys. Please help me out. Because why not? If you're watching the stream, chuck a like. Helping out the channel. 10 to go even. Thank you to the 40 who have. He knows you exist, does he? Now, as I was saying before, I don't mind the criticism by Gary Lyon. Like, fair enough. Like, we've all been critical. I've been critical. I like Gary Lyon. I think he's a smart guy, to be honest. I'm interested to see what he has to say, and to be honest, I prefer the honest commentary rather than just ignoring us. It doesn't make sense why we're this bad, but save that for the Eagles corner. Eagles for the wooden spoon. I'm not there yet. We're a chance. But I mean, are we a better chance than Hawthorn right now? I'm not convinced, but who knows?
Charlie's got 5. Ed also jumped in for a goal, so sharing in the brotherly love. John Rolfe has joined us from the newsroom, and finally the appeal is over.
Should we call Drews? Let's call Drews.
So he will serve that 3-week suspension starting against Richmond on Saturday. So he's now going to argue that the AFL's decisions to elevate the charge to severe was manifestly excessive. Argued only for a fine for that hit on Jacob Ware. 80 minutes of legal argument, then 90 minutes of deliberations by the appeals board. You must have believed there was a real chance to get this over.
He better answer, even though I never answer him.
Hello, my queen.
Content called it once it's King back.
Ah, he's back.
How are you, pig?
Yeah, not too bad. You wouldn't believe it. I've been fucking good all month, and now I'm sick.
Oh, really? Jeez.
I've been sick for ages. I'm like, fuck, I'm thriving like shit right now. But yeah, no, I'm doing alright.
What kind of sick? Like bad shits?
Nah, just literally fucking sore throat.
Just normal shits then?
Yeah, just normal shits.
Yeah, nice. That's sick.
Yeah.
Maybe it's COVID, man.
Fuck yeah. Hey, hopefully it's COVID.
I said maybe. I didn't say hopefully.
Yeah, no, there was some bitch coughing on the train yesterday. Fucking stupid as dead.
This is probably a good time to tell you you're on the stream.
Hello!
Hey, hello. It's 3/4 time here at True Footy Live. I thought I'd get some expert analysis in.
Yeah, Carlton are looking good, man.
Yeah,
They're,
decent, eh?
Yeah, real good intensity, but we've seen them in this position so many times before and they've choked. Now they're coming up against the Premiers. Like, this is as good a test as it gets. Can they hold a lead, or will the dog run away?
You've really slipped well into Drew Footy mode once you knew that you were on camera. I'm very impressed. Very good. It was just some bitch coughing on the train, man. That's good shit. Oh, the quarter started. I thought that was a highlight. Cameron's kicked 4.
Cameron kicking that goal?
Yeah.
Go!
What are you watching the footy on?
BT Sport, mate.
Oh, you're joking?
5 games of AFL on BT Sport each week.
Fuck yeah, that's sick. That's good. Cool.
But yeah, I might get a VPN still so I can stay away from all those pirates.
Yeah, that's right. Huntsman says he loves you.
I love you too, Huntsman.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
How's the stream going?
Oh, it's a pretty quiet one, to be honest, but we're 8 likes away from 50. Can't complain.
Yeah.
But it's good fun. I've had 2.5 mid-strength beers.
Wow. Yeah, I think Cardman and UCAT really run the AFL live stream.
They really do. It's a saturated market, I'm afraid. But to be honest, I'd just be watching this game at home doing nothing anyway, so I'm happy to jump on.
Thank the views, baby.
It's been fun.
How's the channel been going this week? Good?
Yeah, it's been pretty good, man.
Fuck yeah.
I recorded 20k Q&A today.
Oh yeah, nice. Keen to watch.
Oh,
I
yeah.
liked Bush's fantasy bid this week.
Yeah, good title, eh?
Never done any fantasy in my life, but good on him.
Yeah. No, it's gaining momentum. First couple of videos, the views were quiet, but he is getting... The third video popped pretty well, so...
Yeah, I think it was a good thumbnail.
Thanks, buddy.
Not thumbnail, not good thumbnail. Good title.
No, just not a good thumbnail. Just clarifying, not a good thumbnail.
Definitely not a good thumbnail.
Nah, it was the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, UCAT has a tight schedule.
So I've been made aware.
Here we go, 16 points the margin. What time is it over there?
Am I like co-commentating now? Is this like a live stream?
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I've just made some peanut butter sandwich. Oh, here come the cats. Jeremy Cameron's
Oh
got another one.
shit, Holmes. I'm joking, you're not actually on the stream.
What?
I said you're not actually on the stream, I'm fucking with you.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Is he not streaming?
Nah.
You're a cunt.
I am.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, this is all good content. Yeah, Carlton are starting to look like they are faltering a little bit.
Serious or not?
It's only been a couple minutes into the last quarter, but yeah, there is some choky stank about this, and not in a good way.
Are you streaming this or not?
Yeah, I am streaming this.
What the fuck?
I just kind of want you to just like drop your guard and say some dumb shit.
3, 2, 1, go!
3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, Mitch Buttsworth called for that earlier.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. 10 points of margin, bro.
Yeah, as I said, fucking Carlton should be called choking.
Choke ton. Choke tons on these nuts, yeah. No, I think... Yeah, we'll see. They probably will lose, let's be honest. Geelong have not gone 0-2, I'm reliably informed, since 2015 from Kev's Magpies, which was the last time they missed the finals too.
There you go.
Yeah. That being said, they could win this still, so that's my analysis.
How many goals did Jeremy Cameron kick tonight?
I think he's kicked 5. No, 4. I think he's kicked 4. And Kerno's kicked 5.
What is your clock at right now?
17:37. I think you're a few seconds ahead of me.
What the fuck?
What?
I'm in England. Expect me to be behind.
I don't know if it works like that, but KO it can be like that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Well, anyway, I better get back to my millions of fans.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy eating my peanut butter sandwich and
Yeah.
watching Carlton lose again.
Get well soon, my friend.
It'll do, mate. Clean.
Cool. All right.
Congrats on 20k as well.
Thanks,
Get around
buddy.
in the chat. Fucking get around Jesse, baby.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. And congratulations on that infection clearing up. All right. Bye. Damn telemarketers. So, this game has gone up a notch while I decided to call Drews and kind of prank call him a little bit. Good game of footy, though. So this will be gut check time for Carlton after last year's, disappointment. It would be an evolution of where they're at as a side to hang on and win this game, albeit against very formidable opponent. Oh, sorry, Rogue. I didn't realise you said 2015 first. My bad. You have some credit too. Take it. So Geelong have definitely lifted a gear. As I peruse my statistics. So, Cameron's kicked 5. I shortchanged him there. He's kicked 5. He's been a star. And to be honest, he should actually get the 3 votes. He's getting plenty of the footy. Oh, 3rd best player in the comp if you believe True Footy's statistics. Oh, is that Cameron's been hurt? That'd be a blow. He's a big player. Physically in stature as well as anything. A statistics secret word for multi. No, I mean, I'm literally just looking at the stats. I don't have a multi on this game. That's alarming, Huntsman. The cops are hiring, I've heard. Oh, Doherty. Double grab. Gets the handball out anyway. Might do a cheeky fantasy check as well. Fantasy app's being shit for me. It won't let me log in on my phone. I can only do it on my laptop. So when I'm traveling, that's going to be a pain. Oh, great. Almost grabbed by SDK. Ooh. Kerno for 6. Nah. Across the face. 11 points. You actually hear that hee-hee? Or are you just making that up? Because if so, I'm interested. Name the Eagles segment the Eagles Nest. Yeah, could do. I've kind of already said corner, though. Can't possibly go back on it now. It makes sense to say nest, doesn't it? Blitzarv sends it deep. Oh, Cameron, he's still on the field. He's feeling better. Oh, he's tackled. Heroically tackled. By who was that? McGov. Gov's had a good game. Reece Stanley's injured on here. Eagles Nest is fire. Geelong really dominating field territory now. Guthrie takes the mark. He looks so different with the shaved head. I keep thinking it's Atkins, to be honest. Cameron is everywhere, hey. Maybe that wasn't him, actually. I think it was, though. Good gather by Fisher. He's a pretty clean player, eh? Very clean hands. Very into his hygiene and ablutions. Did you see Moore's tackle on Henry? Was that the one in the goal square? I tipped Geelong for this game, Smythe. Oh, good grab, Guthrie. Well done. 13 minutes to go. Your KO just died, Rogue. That's a pain. Mine's strong, so hopefully it's not a sign of things to come. Grab. Great grab. Blake Hakers has put in a good shift today. Jack Redden-esque. Sard. Penetrating kick across the wing. That should find a free Carlton player there. Oh, no. What happened there? Oh, luckily he got a free kick. Maybe that was what caused the error. Oh, good kick. Carlton need a settler here. Oh no, O'Brien. It doesn't matter. It was out of bounds on the floor anyway. Yeah, Sard's been good. Oh, mull up. Touch wood, my KO's been good so far.
It's not necessarily the offensive actions that are most important, it's the defensive ones and the way in which you can stay in the game.
43 likes, guys. Just 7 to go before the end of the game. That would be very much appreciated.
Be just as impactful as kicking a goal.
Man gets the front spot. Trying to crash through. Suppose not successful.
It's a big, important game, this. Potentially an 8-pointer. Oof. Good contest. Kennedy. Oh, I feel like that could have been a bit lucky, but he's found the Carlton play in Owies anyway. I don't know if that was just a blind kick, but either way, it works. Some pretty good individuals in this game tonight. Kennedy's been fantastic. Important kick this one. Owies, he's got 2. Yep. Nailed it. Just what the doctor ordered. The stream is a lot quieter than last week. Yeah, I think you're right. By Carey, I presume you mean Cardi. Yeah, he owns the stream game. But, you know, I knew the stream was going to be quiet and I wanted to do it anyway with you. It's always good fun. Is there a Thursday night game next week? I'll be able to stream if it's Thursday. Potentially. Yeah, Bulldogs and Lions. Good. I won't lock it in yet. I don't even know if I'm going to have any furniture in this place by next week, but we'll see.
This goal was soon he was going through, celebrating. They went through a flat spot, and that's what they need.
G'day, man. I'm good, mate. How are you? Enjoying the game? It's a good game. Very good game of footy.
16-point margin, Geelong are going to be
Kennedy wins not a clearance. Is ineffective. Bose wins the footy with a 1-2, gets a couple of possessions in a row, and he finds a target. That was good by him. Brad Close, they've been really good with the quick response, and that is very well done by the young Hollands, guarding space and getting the spoil off and blocking the run of what I assume was Cameron. It was very good play. Good game from Hollands tonight. Hollands and Motlop have been great, the two youngsters. Thanks, Con Burgundy. That means a lot. Appreciate the support. Oh, Bose gets the handball off. Hollands gets a kick off. It is a turnover, but it's 3 points in fantasy, so who cares? I am joking. Just having a look at the fantasy score. Geelong go forward again. Cameron's got 126 fantasy points. He's had 5 goals and 24 possessions. He's got the 3 votes locked up, I reckon. Been fantastic. But Kennedy, Kennedy might get the 2, and Charlie Curnow maybe 1. Some good contributors for the Blues tonight. It's been more even performance, I think. Whereas you feel like if there's no Jeremy Cameron in this game, Geelong getting walloped. Akers, another player, has had a good game. Won't get a Brownlow vote, but he's played well. 10 marks? Yeah, 10 marks. 15 points of margin. We got 9 minutes to go in this game. Doherty with just 70 fantasy points. Rough. Cowan 37, that's an improvement on last week. 40 even, sorry. Where's Holland? 69 fantasy points, and boy did he. There's the Guthries. Oh, well done, Sard. Good intercept there. Good kick too. O'Brien, he's a good kick in theory. It's a penetrating one to the advantage of... It's that Durden, 19. Out of his range. Could it be a good kick to... Curnow just has his spoil. Well done. DeConing. $7.50 remaining. I just got the feeling this game's going to go to the absolute wire. 6 likes to go, by the way, guys. Thank you. He asks cheekily. Carlton have done a pretty good job of holding up. No doubt about it. They threatened to lose control of the game there for a little bit. That was poor. Or very smart. Hard to tell. Yeah, I did the same thing, Darth. I don't think they're not looking like top 4, but they are looking like a finalist. It's a long season. We'll see what happens. Game starting to close up a little bit. Danger. Kicks to the pocket, keeps it in, does well. How do you know it's pixelated, you little perv? Insufficient intent. So Geelong get a free kick about 80 from goal. Send it to the pocket. Young elects to spoil. Cats get it back. Oh, steal there from Cowan. He's had a solid game, I reckon. Hawkins on the snap. And that's too good. I don't know if that was blind, but Bose has taken a mark. With 6.5 remaining at the tip of the goal square. The swollen tip of the goal square. I'm her content producer, Rogue. I'm the talent manager. Big kick here for Bose. You'd think he'd kick it. And again, this game is shaping up to be a thriller. No way do you miss that. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. That's painful. I'm going for Carlton, but even I'm feeling the pain from that. Sard from the kick out. Mackay, he's been quiet tonight. I think this will be his 7th possession, if I'm not mistaken. Started well, kicked a goal. A +6 there for Doherty, much needed. Finds Sard. He's had plenty of it, been impactful. That is a bad kick though. Bad play there from Sard. Oh, blind handball works out for Geelong. They're going to rebound again and potentially have a shot. Will they rue that miss badly? I think they might. Cameron's had 5. This will be at least his 25th possession. Yeah, 25th possession. If this is 6 goals, it will go down as one of the best performances this season. And it was round 2. I reckon it would. It's been a monstrous performance by him. Got to kick it. Was there any doubt at all that Cameron was going to kick that? No doubt. 6 goals from Cameron, 3 Brownlow votes. Absolute superstar. 3rd best player in the comp. Oh my god. That's rogue. Kev reckons they're going to fold. Brownlow's a midfielder reward. You're right, but he's had 25 disposals. Like, how do you ignore that?
This is what we're talking about. That handball receive is not necessary at this stage of the game when you've got a 14-point lead, 5 minutes on the clock. It just keeps the...
Good game of footy. It's lived up. 138 fantasy points. Ed Curno's turned up, interestingly. Barely noticed him.
6 goals tonight, 25 touches. Central kicking has been elite. Cripps was held on to.
Free kick, Carlton out of the centre. Chera sends it to the edge of the 50. Motlop's got to make a contest. Doesn't really, unfortunately. And Zach Guthrie rebounds. Sard, he's been an animal. He's been fucking great. Sends it inside 50. To the advantage of Curnow. Didn't quite bring it down. Asava does well. Motlop, he's gone quiet a little bit. Gone a bit cold. Don't blame him, but didn't quite impact that quite how you'd love, but YOLO. Smith finds a Geelong player all on his own. Gary Rowan. Here we go. This is a bloody finish here we've got coming up. Rowan sends it. Ooh. Geelong have players out. Oh, they've all collided. They just need to trap this ball, Carlton. Would be harsh to pay that ball. It's a ball up. It's a ball up at the top of the goal square for the Cats. Is Sard getting booed? I didn't even notice. I kind of got it turned down a little bit to do the stream. Hollands gets a clearance, a timely one. Akers, blind kick to a Geelong player. Isaac Smith's not the guy you want to have the ball at the top of the 50, and Rowan, again, equally, not the player you want to have at the top of the 50. Oh, it's a tough shot for Rowan, but we do know that he is a good player in these moments. That was questionable kick from Akers there, but might not have had too many options. Rowan, big kick here. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but oh, well done. TDK's taking a great defensive mark. Well done. 50 metres paid. That could be decisive. You feel like Carlton will probably try and kill it from here, you'd think. They don't want to kill it too much, but... Well, he's popped it up very, very strategically. Carlton have got to kill the contest. Curnow bounces off his chest, and the ball's out of bounds. Well done, Kennedy. tough game. Jeez, Charlie Curnow was absolutely drenched. Is that Charlie? Kind of looked like Ed, actually, but I think it was Charlie. They look similar. Ooh, potentially a throw there from Cripps, and it's worked for Geelong. Dangerfield. It was a real hoist. Well done. Oh, Charlie Curnow. It must have been Ed on the bench. Charlie Curnow's had the ball slapped out of his hands by his teammate McGovern. Atkins got excited. The Cats might have just blown their last chance, I reckon. Chera's got blood pissing out of his face. What a game. Damn, that kick going out of bounds like that should have... He had more time for a start. Oh, head clash was gnarly there. Blood pissing out instantly. Oh dear, hope he's alright. Hey, Mackay stood up with a mark from a quiet game. That's an important time to come in and take the mark. So for those watching at home, 2 minutes remaining. Carlton have it on their halfback flank and they're trying to kill the game now. Sard to the wing. Mackay, they've paid the mark. I'm not sure if he was man in front, but he's paid the mark anyway. Yeah, that was a brutal head knock. A minute 40 to go. I reckon the Blues have got it. They've got an inside 50 here. They just need to kill the contest. Great mark by Asava. He's been solid, I think, tonight. The Cats have the ball now. Mackay again. Close. Oh, geez. Tough game. Bounce needs to favour Wiedering, and it does. And that will go out of bounds, and that will be a free kick to Geelong. Ooh. Was that really smart by Wiedering? I'm not too sure. Was it just a poor kick? Who knows? Either way, you've gotten away with it. Oh, it's a big last roll of the dice here for Geelong. He's thrown it out. I think they've run out of time here. The Blues have been very good tonight. They deserve the win, the Blues. Ed Curnow slaps it inside 50 almost. Well done by Mackay. He's done very well there. Smith gets back. Ball's out of bounds. 48 seconds to go. I reckon that's it. Geelong has to manufacture 2 goals. One intercept mark doesn't... Yeah, I mean... Sure, but Mackay and Curnow are pretty bloody good players. I think he's been solid at times when I've seen him. Mackay's only kicked 1. It's mostly Curnow. .30 seconds to go. The Blues have won. Big win for them. 21 seconds remaining. Kicks it up to the wing. 15 seconds. Mackay, he's had a big last few minutes. A couple of contested grabs, and the siren will likely blow with the ball in his hands. That's what she said. There we go. They win by 8 points. Well done. Huge win. Huge win. Call him Simon. Huge win. Fantastic effort. They were just too good. Better for longer, Carlton, at the end of the day. Better for longer. And Geelong were Jeremy Cameron away from getting smashed. Let's be honest. Huge individual performance. He was the best player on the field. But Carlton had a very even effort. Let's have a look. 26 touches for Akers. He was very, very good. I thought Kennedy was the most... well, not the most. I think he was up there. I think Sard could have been... arguably their best of field. Cripps featured with 27 touches. He was solid. And of course, Charlie Curnow kicked 5. So a good even performance by Akers, Cripps, Kennedy, Chera. All their midfielders contributed. Hollands had a good game. Motlop was influential early. Doherty was a bit quiet by his usual standards. And for the Cats, Cameron was 6 goals and 25 touches. A bit of a lone hand. Guthrie lifted in the second half. Smith, I think, was a bit quiet after the first half. And other than that, yeah, few and far between. That missed shot, as you say, I was Braun out of... I thought it was Atkins for some reason. It was Braun. Yeah, those were costly, Rograte. You're right. Yeah. Good game of footy, though. Not hating it. I think both of these sides have some work to do. But, I'm not writing either of them off, to be honest. And Carlton got 6 points out of a possible 8 against 2 tough opponents in Geelong and Richmond. So, decent start of the year for them. Very decent. Well, thank you very much for your time, guys. We've got a minute or so left to get me up to 50 likes. That'd be much appreciated for those who enjoyed the stream. That probably will be the last stream I do for the game. Sorry, for the round. But of course, we'll be back. A lot of content. I'll probably do an Eagles video and round review. Druzy will do a video, and I think I got a podcast coming out soon as well. So, thank you very much for your time. And it's always good fun with you guys. I was genuinely, got in the car to come here today, and I was actually excited. I was like, have a few beers with the boys, watch a good game of footy, and it delivered. So, Darth says, who do Carlton play next week? I'll just check that before we go. They've got the Giants away, which I think historically has been tough for them, but on current form, they should win that, to be honest. So, good start for the Blues. To go 2-1 is a strong possibility. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, we're on 49 likes. Thank you so much for a start. And 51. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We always get there in the end. Appreciate it. Yeah, see you guys soon. Keep an eye out for more content on the channel very shortly. And may the force be with you. Thank you very much, guys. And